Alrighty then, it's time to continue with our epic voyage through the lines that were planned by the Railway London Plan Committee of 1944. Quick recap if you haven't seen the previous videos in this little mini-series. During the Second World War, the Ministry of War Transport formed a committee to rethink rail transport in London for after the end of hostilities. What they came up with was a series of cross-London lines that would link the main railway routes into the city together. Today we are going to look at Route 4. Now, as before, it wouldn't really have been a tube line as we would understand it, but a main line in a tunnel. We'll start at the south in Lewisham. Here, the line would have connected with the southeastern commuter routes towards Dartford and Gravesend. Then it would have stopped at Tower Bridge Road, the massive, especially constructed station that would replace London Bridge in the plan. Now, I've mentioned this station in the previous videos, but I didn't at that time have a full copy of the plan. The plan actually specified that they originally wanted to build this new station directly below London Bridge, but that wouldn't leave enough space for the lines to spread out properly before they hit the central area of London. London is kind of like a Swiss cheese below the surface, so the lines would have to take a lot of different meandering routes to avoid hitting anything. It's also interesting to note that there was a plan for a new ring road that would have passed very close to the proposed site and presumably have had some sort of connection. The line would cross the river in a tunnel to Cannon Street. The bridge to Cannon Street was ideally to be demolished. Then the line would take a left and head towards Blackfriars and Aldwych. Aldwych was a very underused station at the time. I mean, now it's not used at all. But then it would head up through Piccadilly to Marble Arch and Paddington. At Paddington it would intersect with Route 5, spoiler alert, and head up to Maida Vale. Then it would head off up the Edgware Road, connecting with the main line at Cricklewood, where the route ends. Trains would continue to St Albans and Harpenden. Now, I like to look at these lines and ask if there's any similarity with actual post-war projects that we got. Obviously, the line from Cricklewood to St Albans is the Thameslink route now, but this isn't really a prototype for the Thameslink. It takes a completely different route to reach Blackfriars. Like Crossrail, this one would pass through the West End, but this one would again take a different route. Presumably new trains would be needed. The lines south of the Thames and the ones to the north used two different systems of electrification. Given how crowded Piccadilly Circus gets with only two lines passing through, I can only imagine the chaos if major commuter railways started stopping there. Note that I said commuter railways. There was going to be another one as well. Victoria and Charing Cross dealt with a lot of passengers for the West End, which was crowding the existing lines. The plan noted that ideally they'd like a major new station in the West End proper, but they couldn't think of a way to make that happen. Route 4 would, they hoped, take some of the strain off. Even so, there would presumably have to be some pretty major works undertaken to get it all to work. With who knows how much disruption in the meantime. Hello all, I hope you enjoyed this quaternary tale from the tube. If you did, then please do hit like and subscribe and hit the bell icon for the other videos in this series, and indeed the other videos I make. Lines that never actually got built is something of a favourite subject of mine, and in fact I have a whole playlist on lines that never were. I'm afraid this video is rather shorter than usual because, to be honest, there's only so much I can say without getting repetitive. Nevertheless, that is Route 4, and I hope to see you again very soon for another tale from the tube.